All right, team. Happy Friday. It is Gentle Flow Yoga. We run this class one for 45 minutes. So, again, a little bit shorter than our regular hour-long classes. And I want to start our practice today comfortable seated position on the floor. And just kind of take some time just to notice how you're feeling. Notice your body. Take time with your breath. The rise and the fall of the belly. And I say it often, but let's really think about letting go of the ego and then looking to the intention of a pose. Maybe you start to notice the rise and the fall. Maybe you start to notice the lengthening of the spine as you inhale. Perhaps on that exhale, you start to feel sort of a weight just melting off your shoulders. Gently, slowly, when you're ready, just tilting your head over to that left side. Begin to feel that opening through the right side of the neck. You could look down slightly. You could look up slightly. If having your eyes closed helps you to keep your attention more inbound, please feel free to do that. Or if you feel like eyes open and that soft gaze forward enhances your practice, take it into that drista. Maybe as you're ready, think about taking that right hand out to the side and beginning to deepen that stretch. Letting the shoulder drop down. Now we can go thumb up and we can go thumb down, and I'm giving you a lot of information very quickly, but I'm asking you just to take it quite slowly and notice things. Bringing that gaze back to the center. Let's take that arm and just gently bring it behind our back. You can always take the opposite hand and just hold on to that wrist. So that shoulder is rolling back and then down slightly. And again, just tilt your head away. And if you want to, left hand just below the collarbone, gently pulling that skin down and away. Now notice here if any tension arose sort of in the hips or in the abdominal muscles, and that's pretty common. Can I let it go? Whenever you're ready, gaze is center. We release that arm, give it a little shake, and then we're going to bring that same arm right around. You're patting yourself on the back. Let the shoulder drop down and then gently hug that arm in. So really mindful here. If I'm really tight, if I'm maybe a little bigger in my upper body, if you suddenly feel your arm into your face, we're going too hard here. What is the intention of the pose? It's not to block my breath. I want to feel that stretch to the shoulder. So maybe I only get my hand here on my shoulder and I'm hugging it in. That's fine. Drop the shoulders down, hug it across. And then if that feels good, lift up through your spine and let's add that little twist. So again, as I'm adding on to the pose, notice if other parts of my body start activating or clenching, and can I let those relax, release? Bring myself back to the intention, which is just gentle twist and opening up across the back. Beautiful. Bring it back to the center. Roll those shoulders out of the ears, cat and cow. Round your back, tuck your chin into your chest. Open your chest, shoulders back. Nice. Slow your breath down. See if we can match the breath with the movement. Taking your time. Let's bring it back up to that seated position and just stop for a moment and take your belly breath. That nice deep breath. And then when you're ready, just tilt your head over to that right side and look down, look up, whatever feels good. As we spend more time practicing our yoga together, there's definitely more positive things that come out of that, but sometimes we start to anticipate where Candace is going with this, and maybe we start jumping a few stages ahead. And today, I really want that focus just to be the here and the now, right? What am I feeling? Not what am I going to feel, or how do I get to the next stage? Do you want to add that arm? Go ahead. Remember, thumb up, thumb down. There's a lot of things that could happen here. Notice them. On that exhale, trying to release any stress or tension that might be coming into my body. We'll bring that gaze back to the center. We'll take the arm behind the back if you want to, holding on to the wrist. So we're sitting up nice and tall. There's a little external rotation in the shoulder and tilting that head to the side. And again, notice if suddenly I'm tensing the lower part of my body, or if I take that sort of big breath in. Let those things go. And they are going to creep into our practice today. They always do. We're just going to let them go to the side. If you want to, maybe hand below the collarbone and just stretching into the fascia. Bringing it to the center, roll the shoulders down out of the ears, sit up nice and tall. We're going to take that hand, pat ourselves on the back. Remember, the idea isn't how far can I bring that hand over. I want this stretch into the back. So if suddenly everything's in my shoulder and I'm just jamming my shoulder into my chin, I'm losing the intention of the pose. Drop the shoulders down. Can I feel that stretch through the back? So it would be your left shoulder blade. Can I feel that stretch there? And then if I want, it's lift and twist. So taking it from the low back and slowly bringing it up. I've got a little smile on my face. I just heard a little crack. And in my head, I always think, oh, that saved me $40 at the chiropractor. Those nice deep breaths. Releasing it to the center. Roll those shoulders down out of the ears. Let's take the arms out to the side and open the chest. Lift your sternum up to the sky and round your back. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Nice. Stay rounded. Tuck your chin into your chest and feel this big stretch between the shoulders. On that inhale, can I make that stretch even bigger? And then when you're ready, we're going to counter the pose by bringing the hands behind the back. Fingers are pointing at our bum, releasing the legs. Take them out nice and long. You can play with your feet here, roll your ankles, and lifting the sternum up to the sky. Now, really mindful here. I'm not pushing into my hands, rather I'm lifting that sternum up to the sky. Abs come on. You point and flex. You roll your ankles. You have some fun down there. Notice where the pressure is. Think about your fingers and your thumbs opposed to the palms of the hands. Inhale, lift up. Oh, exhale. See if it wants to deepen for you. Nice. Noticing how that feels. Maybe now we're going to bring those feet in, and I want to think about the weight sort of being even between my feet and my hands, rolling the shoulders back. And then if you want to, engaging the abdominal muscles and lifting the hips up. So we're that reverse tabletop. Not looking down at me now, because then I can't breathe. Straight line from the tip of our head through our knees. If I feel like I'm pushing too much into my hands, I simply drop that bum back down and work lifting up through the pelvic floor right here. And then when you're ready, that's where we're all going to meet. Bringing it back down and taking the legs, the heels into our body. Let those hips open up. Lift up nice and tall, leading the chest forward. Ooh, now that stretch should be moving into my lower back. If I'm still feeling this in my upper back, it might be because I've tucked my chin into my chest. So if we think longer spine, lift that belly, chest forward, roll the shoulders back. That should take me more into my hips. And then that nice low back stretch. If you need to, you could put blocks underneath your arms. You could put a bolster underneath if you needed to. Lengthen on the inhale. Oh, relax on that exhale. Beautiful. All right, adding on here. Keep that same length. Just walk your hands slightly over to the right. Now, mindful here that the weight doesn't change over the right. I'm keeping the weight very even in my cheeks, in my sits bones, and feeling that lengthening through the left side. Let the head and the neck go. Notice the flow of the breath, because if I push too hard, I'm going to feel that deep breath in. I want to keep everything flowing. I can talk nice and natural, bring it through to the center, and then over to the other side. Perfect. Bring it back into the center. Sit up nice and tall. Sweep the arms up over the head. Extend the left side of the body, extend the right side of the body. And notice here, if suddenly the knees are coming up, maybe put something underneath your bum so that you can sit more comfortably here. Notice if your body's going side to side or the pose is only happening in the shoulders. Taking that time, feeling that lengthening, letting the hips release. On the next exhale, left hand comes down, right hand stays up, and let's lean it to the side. So really think about right cheek, right sits bones grounded, We're lifting up here. You can look down, you can look up. Exhale, take that hand to the outside of the leg, lifting and twisting. Minimal weight in that back hand. Beautiful. Bring it back to the center. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up. Lift and lean it. Rolling the shoulder back. Keeping those hips open. Minimal weight into that grounded hand, right? I'm not jamming that in. I'm lifting up. Nice. And then when you're ready, lift and twist. So working that twist. Beautiful. Bringing it back to the center. This time we're taking it into that straddle position. Soles of the feet straight out. I want the knees pointing up to the sky. My hips sort of rolling forward. If I'm struggling to sit with my straight spine, I'm going to roll up a towel or use my soft foam block underneath my cheeks. Inhale, reach those arms up over your head. Exhale, the hinges at the hips. You're leading your chest forward. So you could take a block and place that underneath your arms if you want. You could have your bolster here if you want, whatever's going to feel good. Gently push the energy out through your heels, maybe drawing your toes back. Lengthen your spine. Feel that stretch. So hamstrings, inner thighs, low back. Calming breath. Walking your hands over to that left side. Keep the right cheek grounded. So what my body wants to do here, because I'm a huge cheater, is it wants to roll that hip in so that I can touch my foot. Don't worry about touching the foot. Keep that hip rolled back. Touch your knee, touch your thigh. If that feels good and your body says, yeah, okay, go, slowly take it down farther. So big stretch into the right side. Yes, I've got the hamstrings on that left leg. Take your time, bring it through to the center. Lengthen your spine. So gently bring your hands in, tuck your elbows in. Think half lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, deepen that fold. Walk the hands over to the right side. Keep that left cheek grounded. So think maybe even some of us will think external rotation in the hip to keep it grounded. And if you touch your toe, great, but you don't get a prize for it. Just feel that lengthening through the side. That nice deep breath. Perfect. Bringing it back to the center. Tuck those elbows in. Lengthen your spine. Push your tail back. On that inhale, make your spine even longer. Start to feel the activation in your back. In that exhale, see if your body's willing to go a little bit deeper. Walk the hands back up. Inhale, bring the arms up over your head. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Keep that cheek grounded. Lean it to the side. Exhale, twist and reach to the outside of the leg. Keep that right cheek touching the ground. Flow across the front of your body. Left hand, right leg. Inhale, bring the arms up. And then ground your hands through heart. Perfect. So we're finding a flow here now. Inhale, bring your arms up. Lift the sternum up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hinging forward. Tuck the elbows in. Half lift. Nice and strong. Find that strength in your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring it up. Right hand down, left hand up. Lift, lean it to the side. Keep that cheek grounded. One more big lift here. Let's twist, reach to the outside of the leg. Sweep across the front. Right hand, left leg. Feel that reach. Lift it up. Grounding, hands through heart. Nice. Now you can start doing this on your own. You might be faster or slower than me. Inhale, bring it up. Little back bend. Exhale, take it into your forward fold. Tuck the elbows in, lengthen the spine, get those shoulders down out of your ears so your neck is nice and long. Exhale, release it, forward fold. Bring it up. Lateral flexion, left hand down, right hand up, lifting and leaning. Twisting and reaching. Flowing across the front. Remember, you can be faster or slower. Bringing it up. Hands to heart. Keep that flow going. Tall mountain, little back bend. Feel that lengthening. Exhale, release it, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, half lift. Exhale, release, forward folds. Bring it up, all the way up. And exhale, right hand down, left up. Lean it to the side and twist and reach. Flow across the front, other side. Bring it up. Okay, one more time each side. You guide yourself. Tall mountain with a little back bend. Really feel that lengthening. Forward fold. Think about drawing your chest forward. Half lift. Maybe a little deeper into those hamstrings. Forward fold, letting your head and your neck go. Walk the hands up, all the way up. Lateral flexion, left down, right up. Nice. Twisting and reaching and leaning. There's a lot of those ing words here flowing across the front. Other side. Bring it up. Nice. Grounding, hands through heart. Same thing on the other side. Body should be getting really warm here. Lift that sternum up to the sky. Exhale. Take it down into that forward fold and lengthen your spine. Half lift. Exhale, releasing everything. Forward fold. Bringing it up. All the way up, right hand down, left hand up, lifting, leaning it to the side, twisting, reaching, across the front, bringing it up, and then just grounding, hands to heart. When you feel ready, let's bring ourselves onto all fours. We can just sort of move our props over to the side. We'll use them again later if we need them. Spreading that energy between our fingers and our thumbs, minimal pressure into the palms. Tuck those elbows in slightly, cat and cow. Nice. And then when you're ready, gently take it back into child's pose. Reach those arms out front. And again, drop the shoulders down out of the ears. If it feels all right for you, letting your head and your neck go. Walking the hands forward for puppy. Stop when your hips and your knees are in line. Let your elbows touch the floor. They're still tucked in, and maybe drawing your chest down towards the floor. If I'm struggling here, I'm going to raise my hands. I could put blocks or pillows under my arms. I could put something under my head. Inhale, feel that flow from your fingers through your tail. And then exhale, draw that chest down to the ground. Very big opening through the front of the body. Engaging the abdominal muscles, slowly bringing it back up, cat and cow. Notice how that one feels, and roll your toes underneath. Lifting that chest up and sinking down. So the weight now is in my heels and a big stretch through the feet. If I struggle with this one, and I often do, I'm going to take some of that weight forward so I can place blocks in front of me and I can put a little bit of that weight into the blocks. If I'm feeling really, really good, I'm sitting up nice and tall, hips down, no activation, just a big stretch. Noticing how that feels, opening up through those feet. When you're ready, bring it back down onto all fours. Release those toes. Just give them a little tap down. Settle back into child's pose. And again, let's find that flow. Coming forward into modified plank. Externally rotating the shoulders. You're a straight line. From your shoulder, through your elbow, through your wrist, lowering down to the ground. Sliding the elbows through, lifting the chest up, and take an extra breath here. Draw your shoulders down and back. Feel that opening through the front of the body. Maybe you're noticing the front of the thighs. And again, letting your breath guide you here. Exhale, hands to the ribs, elbows up to the sky. Lift the pelvic floor. Push ourselves back. If we're struggling with these push-ups, how about placing your bolster under your body so you're not having to go down so far? Forward to plank. Lowering down. Lifting it up. Exhaling it back. Your breath, your body is going to guide you here. At any point that you would like to, instead of child's pose, maybe you're going to take it into a down dog. Instead of Sphinx, maybe you're going to take it into seal. We're finding this flow. So if you're wanting down dog, you've rolled your toes underneath and you're feeling that energy, fingers through tail, tail through heels. Coming forward, you can be full plank or you could drop back down to your knees. Lowering down to the ground. If you're wanting seal, you start in Sphinx, elbows underneath, and then you lift that spine up a little bit more. If you're wanting up dog, that's more work. I'm not cueing that one today, but you know it's your option. Listen to your body. Keep that flow going, that nice gentle flow. Notice the work. That was the whole intention behind my class today, behind my cueing, is for you to notice things. Not just going into that routine and doing the same things that we do, but giving yourself time to notice. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Roll those shoulders down out of the ears. Feel that energy from your fingertips up through your tail and gently pushing your heels down into the ground. Noticing here. Looking forward, stepping forward with that right foot, placing it between the hands, dropping our back knee for dragon lunge. Feel free to double over your mat and you make any adjustments that you need to so that we get into this dragon lunge. I could drop the back knee first. Lifting the chest up. The arms up, get the shoulders down out of the ears, and think about the sternum, the center of your chest being drawn up to the sky, shoulders drawing down and back. And then feel that flow from your fingertips through both feet, through both legs. That nice deep breath. Exhaling, straightening the front leg and lengthen the spine. Now, a little bit easier if I feel like my chest is coming up and I'm struggling to breathe. Let's bring those hands up higher. Push the bum back a little bit more. Lengthen through the spine. Remember, what is the intention here? Taking it back into dragon lunge, pivoting our body. Toe turns to face the side of the mat. It's gateway pose. Lift it up, bring those arms up. Right hand comes down, left hand stays up, and we lean it to the side. And maybe you're looking up here. Roll that shoulder back. Feel that lengthening. Is the weight even in our feet? Can we feel our body get long on that left side? Nice. If you're set up like me, we're going to go to the back of our mat. If you're set up towards the shorthand, you can take yourself into the front of the mat. So just taking ourselves back into our child's pose. Shoulders are drawing down out of the ears. Feel that energy. Fingers through tail and gently swaying our hips side to side. Those that want to, we're rolling those toes underneath and we're lifting up. Fingers through the tail and tail through the heels. Noticing how that one feels. The strength in the back. Looking forward, step forward with your left foot, placing it between the hands. That doesn't happen for everybody. So if you need to, you just drop that back knee first. You bring that leg through. We square the hips off. If I need extra padding under my knee, I'm going to go ahead and make those adjustments as I lift my sternum up to the sky. Feel that energy. Fingers through the legs. Give yourself time and notice. The rise and the fall of the belly. Watch that the shoulders aren't creeping up into your ears. Draw them down and back. And if I have really tight shoulders, maybe my hands are at my heart today. Hands to either side of the legs. Bum comes back. Draw it back. Lengthen the spine. Knee comes forward. We pivot our body, shifting the weight back again, lifting up nice and tall, gateway. All right, really notice here, right? Don't let that hip pop out. Lift it up. Reaching over. Be really, really long on the right side of your body. You can look down, you can look up, whatever feels right for your body today. And then whenever you're ready, we're just going to take it child's pose, top of the mat, sinking down into it. Inhaling, bringing ourselves up onto our knees. If you'd like to, rolling the toes underneath. So hips and knees are now in line. Lift up tall through the sternum. So sternum, hips, and knees are in line. If it feels good, reach your arms up. On your exhale, left hand can reach down and touch that left heel. And take a moment there. If that feels good, maybe that left hand is going to come across and touch the right heel. Note that my hips didn't drop back to make that happen. Keeping the hips open. Maybe put a block between your hands. That might be better for you. All right, deep breath. Be as long as you can be through the front of your body. Beautiful. Bring it up and just gently settle it into your child's pose. Notice how that feels, right? The back flexion, the back extension. Inhale, bring it up. Roll those toes underneath if you want to. Reach the arms up to the sky. So toes underneath actually makes it easier for me. Lift that sternum up. It's going to be right hand, right heel. If that feels good and I want to, I could start with a block between my hands or between my legs, sorry, and go right hand block. Notice that stretch into the front of the hips. Notice that stretch in through the abdominal muscles. Shoulders are drawing out of the ears. Maybe you're reaching that hand all the way across. Where's your breath here? We want that beautiful deep breath. Remember, the intention of the pose isn't touch the other heel. It's open up the front of the body. And then when you're ready, bring it back to the center. Settle down into your child's pose. This time, if you wanted to, we can go into that modified rabbit. Hands, palms up, tuck the chin into the chest, and really work at rounding the back. Feel that breath. If this is too intense, I put blocks under my hands, or I go back to that extended child's pose. When you're ready, we bring it back up. Last one. If you want to, you can just alternate the arms back in that twisted back bend, or sternum is coming up to the sky. Hands are coming behind, knuckles or palms on the small of our back. Let's roll those shoulders back, sternum up to the sky. Oh, nice deep breath. Feel that flow. Nice deep back bend. Now, some of us might choose to reach back and touch the heels. That's a choice. If I do that, but suddenly my glutes are squeezed up and my back is jammed up, that doesn't feel good at all. Find what feels good. And then whenever you're done, bring it back down. Nice. Feel that lengthening through your spine, gently swaying your hips side to side. When it feels good, we'll just drop those hips to one side. We'll bring ourselves into seated position and then all the way down to the ground, taking the arms out and a couple little pelvic tilts here. Noticing how the body feels here. Keeping my knee bent. That's going to be a little bit easier for me. If you need to, you're going to grab your strap. Let's bring that left leg in and maybe up to the sky. So holding behind your thigh. That feels good. Maybe holding behind your calf. That feels good. Maybe extending that bottom leg. Keeping the shoulders out of the ears. Gently pulling that leg into your body. And then we want to come across the body. So it's going to be left hand, right foot. So you can hold onto your thigh, onto your calf, onto the outside of your leg. You could use a strap here. And slowly take the leg across the body. Now take your time. As both hips remain on the ground, this is more of a stretch into the hip, the piriformis, the glute minimus area. As that right hip lifts up off the ground, now this is more in my back. Where do you need to spend more time? Listen to your body. One is not better than the other. They're different. And if what you needed was to have maybe your couch, you're right beside your couch, and just place your foot up on your couch and then just relax, that would be great. Or if what you needed was to bend your knee and take it across, we're going to do that. Let the breath guide you. When you feel like you've had enough, you're going to bring it back to the center, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. A couple little pelvic tilts, settling into the pose, bringing that leg in nice and soft. And then just changing the pose as it feels right for you. Notice what feels right for you. Couple deep breaths and beginning to take that leg across the body. The intention of the pose isn't get the person to touch the toe to the floor. The intention of the pose is notice the stretch into the hips. Lengthen the spine, and where am I feeling things? Where do you need to be? Maybe what you need is props underneath the leg and holding there, taking your time there. Lots of time, holding for as long as you want, and then when you're ready, bringing it back. Couple of those little tail tucks, taking our body flat to the ground. If we want to straightening the legs. Now, I really struggle to keep my back flat on the ground as I straighten my legs. I have issues with my back. So placing something under my knees or my thighs will certainly ease that discomfort for me. Feel the rise and the fall of the belly. The intention of Shavasana isn't sleep. It's mindfulness. Rather than my mind jumping from thought to thought to thought, learning to simply be in the moment. If time allows, please feel free to stay longer, or slowly taking it over to one side and start to feel that movement back in. Make sure we take care of our head or our neck. And then slowly bringing ourselves back up to seated. Comfortable seated position. If I'm more comfortable sitting on a block, then go ahead and do that. Or on my bolster, go ahead and do that. Feel that lengthening in your spine, and let your shoulders drop down out of the ears. Sweep your arms up, taking in all that positive energy that's around us, and then let's use it, let's spread it. Namaste. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please, please, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Have a great day.
Thanks, Candace.
You're welcome. I loved that one.